QR codes are a scam. I'm completely allergic to them. I think ever since that Coinbase commercial in Super Bowl and then crypto
Yes.
dropped by like 95%, I'm not touching QR codes.
Welcome back to the walkthrough, where each and every single week we walk you through this week's trending topics in real estate. I am today's co-host and more recently crowned moderator and captain of BAM, not a big deal, Dan Oneil, and I am now the official conductor of the show. So because of that, today with me, I have brought the A-team. And joining me, as always, is my handsome, tanned, big-brained co-host, Eric, the broke agent, Simon. Eric, how are you today?
It's great to be here. I don't know about the tan, although I did lay out a couple days ago. I got my wedding in 1 month, so I'm trying to start working in that base layer a little bit. So I did 45 minutes on the front, never tanning back. As I've said before, tanning back is just like lifting legs. There is no point.
And that is why you are who you are. I am also joined
That's why
by
I look like a trapezoid.
I'm also joined by returning hot take guest with over 1 billion in sales. Yes, that is B as in billion. Andrew Undum from Baltimore, Maryland. Andrew, how are you today, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing so good. Flattered to be back on the show. And I just got to co-sign everything Eric just said. Legs, tanning the back. I don't trust somebody. Okay. I don't even trust them if you're out there tanning your back. So thanks, Eric.
I mean, if you got to tan back a little bit, I understand. So you don't have one completely white side and a tan side, but maybe do 45 on the front, 15 on the back. Candace, you're from Florida. What are your thoughts on this?
Hey, my thoughts is I take it because you don't want to be out in the sun too much. So take care, Eric.
Okay.
Before we get into Candace's tanning schedule, okay, we need to introduce her first because this is a very special
Correct.
occasion. We, for the very first time ever, we need females in the worst way, and I can't think of a better, more successful, more qualified guest than Mrs. Candace Decker, team leader of the Avenue at EXP in Cape Coral, Florida. Candace, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here.
We needed you.
And
So
represent the lady.
The honors are ours. We needed you. All right, and I have to say, just for the last episode, I was absolutely in one. I hadn't slept a wink. We were in Vegas. I'm in Albany now. I didn't really quite think I was aware of what was going on, of being named captain and permanent co-host. So, I mean, I was really just hanging on by a thread every second, trying not to die. So for everybody that dropped my name in the comments, or everybody that ran up the views and allowed me to be the moderator, thank you very much. And Eric, before we get into today's juicy topics, a word from our sponsors.
All right. The Walkthrough podcast is presented by Keeping Current Matters, your go-to source for the insights and content you need to be the market expert. KCM is the best in the business at taking the latest housing data and curating it into powerful visuals and marketing content for video and social media that helps you look great and gives you tons of value for your clients and prospects. At a time when the market's changing and consumers are asking the questions most agents don't know the answer to, KCM makes it easy to build your brand as the market expert. Check out trykcm.com/BAM so you can master the market and your marketing today. There's also a link down in the description. All right, Danny, let's get into the topics.
All right, let's get into the topics. Great ad read. Topic number 1, top excuses for avoiding video marketing and how to overcome them from BAM staff. The highest share to date of surveyed U.S. businesses, 91% use video marketing to reach their audience online, according to Wise Owl's new report. And while that's a high percentage, it also means that 9% of businesses do not use video marketing. The report shares common excuses for avoiding video and ones that we've all heard and probably used before. And these excuses include not knowing what content to create, video is too expensive, and they don't see the ROI in using video. As for individuals who all make great use of video, what do you guys have to say to the 9% who are not making video and these excuses? And Andrew, Mr. Hot Take, I will start with you.
Well, I got to come in guns blazing because I know that stat's wrong. Maybe 91% of businesses use it, But how about the people in the businesses? I think the usage may be around 20, 30%, particularly if you're looking at our business where everyone's a 1099 independent contractor. We're our own businesses. I'd say 30% would be generous to say 30% of the licensed realtors are using video. So I think it's dramatically less. Of course, every business has somebody in some department posting something on video. I just want to start there. And I love the fact that most people won't do it because, look, it's kind of tough. You have to have something to say that's compelling. You have to get someone to record it. Then maybe you edit it. Then you have to have a distribution strategy and tie it all together. And that's our biggest opportunity as entrepreneurs, as agents, to lean into that because it's the greatest gift ever given to us that most people won't do this, yet it's the most impactful thing to do to get your personal brand out there. So
have you seen, do you have a specific ROI number on your content? Because Eric and I were talking about it before the call. Like, there's no way for me to put an ROI in my video, right? Like, I'm not actually seeing a video directly correlate to making money, but it's more of the long-term play, more of getting your brand and your name out there.
Well, it's like what Gary Vee always says. What's the ROI of your mom? I mean, there's things that are super important.
Gary Vee says that?
He says that all the time. Yeah, because that's a question that you can't really answer. What's the ROI of people knowing me and valuing my opinion on a topic that I'm knowledgeable about? Geez, could you even put a number on it? I'd be willing to say at least 30 to 40% of our business, we're, say you hover around 500 deals, at least over 100 to 150 of our deals directly come from people reaching out to us because they saw us somewhere in a video capacity. I'd be confident saying that.
Yes. Candace, what about you? You posted an amazing video this morning with your puppy. That's like the number one way to get engagement and views is just put your cute dog in the video. Candace, you've made a career off video. What would you say to these people that have these excuses and how to overcome them?
Well, first off, it blows my mind that we're still having this conversation in 2023. I mean, when was YouTube created, right? And you look at people like Gary Vee, who created his entire brand on really crappy videos. His first videos were awful, as were my first videos. They're atrocious. I hate looking at them. But what I think is that most people are afraid of failure. And so they don't want to go through the painful process that all four of us went through when we started video, which was turning it on and actually having something to say, whether it was intelligent or not. It may not have been, but we went through it. We went through the failure. We went through the pain. We went through the embarrassment, right? Maybe some of our videos sucked and we had haters and people throwing tomatoes at us. Cool. We went through all of that and got out on the other side. And so what I would urge people to do, if you are still not doing it, you have to hit play. You have to start somewhere and realize that the greatest people who have done videos and grew their brands all started in the same place as you. We're not any different. We just push through the failure.
Yeah, and I mean, Eric, you, like, to the excuse of not having a video team or having anybody to edit, before you had BAM, all of your TikToks and all of your front-facing videos you made yourself. You didn't have a video team.
Correct. Yes. Made all those video myself. I basically sat in my room with a ring light on and pressed play, and it was horrifying with my girlfriend in the other room listening to me lip sync and do all these cringe-inducing videos. But that's one of the main excuses here, is not having a video team and basically not having the money to spend on video marketing. And in my opinion, this is a dumb excuse because your phone is right there. Obviously, you could go green screen mode. Candace, you've been crushing the green screen videos. There is zero editing. There's zero video editing or camera guys or audio that you need to make these videos work. So all you have to do is flip out your phone. Another one of the excuses, I think, was, like you mentioned, the ROI, and people saying, well, I'm not getting any listings from this, or I'm not seeing any direct correlation between posting the videos. This is obviously a long-term game. It's not like you post a video or you post an Instagram reel and then 15 people message you right away saying, oh my God, I want to list my house with you. That was such a great video on renting versus buying. It's the long game. It's the at-bats. It's setting up those digital real estate signs in people's heads and just letting them know that, you're actually in the business and doing this. So, like, Candace, do you ever track your ROI from these videos? Like, is there a direct correlation between how much you're posting in the listings, or you just understand it's the long game?
I tried. It's absolutely the long game. I've been doing video for over 10 years now. So, and a really funny point is a lot of times the videos that have helped me land a listing or a buyer or recruit an agent are the ones with the lowest amount of views. And I think that people get stuck on looking at the amount of views that they have and not looking at the consistency. So you're like, oh, I'm only getting 50 views on YouTube or I'm only getting 100. Those are 100 human beings that are watching your content. Like to me, that's
It only
crazy.
takes one
And
view. One view can be $1 million deal for you. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hey, I have a request. Well, Candace, I totally co-sign on what you were just saying, but Eric, when he was doing that raw stuff, and I guess you still do it, that was some of the funniest stuff. That's what got me hooked on Broke Agent. Eric sitting, tossing a baseball up and down. And I know he's just recording it with his phone, calling someone a double-ending prick.
That's
That
right.
sold me on it.
Yeah.
But the number one excuse I actually think is that people have such a fear of what other people are going to think. And that's just human nature.
Yeah.
We don't need to go super psychologically deep on that. But a great quote I heard is, you'll stop worrying about what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do.
Facts.
They're not actually thinking about you. We're all in our own heads. And then the next layer deep is, well, what if they don't like me? Then I'm going to get these haters. Haters are the best thing ever. No one gets more shit talk to them than me on TikTok.
Yeah, I try to think that all the time. And if I post something that gets, crap engagement, no one is saying like, oh my God, the Broke Agent post got 40% less posts. Like they literally just see it, they laugh, they walk away, they live their lives. We're all in our own head here. So, and then
and we're all
we're
also our own biggest critique, right? Like all the eczema that I have, that I feel, or the gray hairs that I think I see.
I've never seen this eczema, by the way. I've been right up close to you my entire life. Not my entire life, I guess the last couple of years. I haven't seen
your
one
entire
glimpse
life
of eczema.
So, but these insecurities that I feel, right, that I see on camera, nobody else notices them. We're the biggest critics of ourselves. We're the ones that see these insecurities. The one excuse that I could kind of agree with that was in this article, and we'll wrap it up with this, is not knowing what to come up with. Like right now, I kind of feel as if I'm in a little bit of a content drought, like idea drought. That's the only one that I could really kind of relate to and agree with. Everything else is sort of just get out of your own head and it's stats and proven data that video marketing works, right? How else can you reach the amount of people that you can reach with video? You can't go door knock on 300,000 houses. You can't go cold call 300. Like, good luck doing that. But the only one that I can agree with is content droughts and ideas. How do you guys get around that? Or do you you don't even have that issue?
Go ahead.
Candace, go ahead. Yeah, well, I'll just give one real quick. It's another Gary Vee kind of thing. He was kind of like the godfather of the content movement, who's been around the block. He says, when you're in a drought, you just start documenting versus trying to create. Documenting what you're actually doing. And in our industry, it can be as simple as, hey, I just left this home inspection. Can you believe these home inspectors? That TPRV valve didn't terminate within 18 inches of the ground. How stupid is that? Like, and you're just documenting.
That's a great video.
Yeah, it's like, guys, today I'm going to educate you on TPRV valves. If you're thinking about buying or selling, got to know it. And that's just your day to day. It's like, Danny, you could be talking about all your travel and your speaking, and that's going to be a big part of your life probably moving forward. And that's what I want to see. Tell me how you felt afterwards. Gee, it's pretty scaring before. But Candace, what do you do? Because I was looking at your socials before this, and you don't stop. So I know you got a strategy.
You know what? I just share things that I'm doing. I decided that in 2023, I was going to give away my entire playbook of business. And so if I'm working on something, I'm just going to share it. And that's why I'm doing a lot of green screen. I'm just sharing what I'm actually doing in real time. And I think whether you're a brand new agent sharing the trials and tribulations of your first year in real estate, or you're a top producer showing, how difficult it is to navigate your life and work balance, whatever it is. I think you've got to find what's relatable. And I think a lot of the content right now is a little bit boring. So I thought, well, why not just actually share what I'm doing and try to help people?
Yeah, if you check out yeah, exactly. That's not boring at all. If you check out our last walkthrough video, we went deep on ChatGPT and how to come up with video ideas. Literally all you have to do is type in, what should I post as a real estate agent on TikTok in February? It's going to give you Valentine's ideas. It's going to give you Groundhog's Day, Super Bowl, anything like that. So at this point, there's literally no excuse to not come up with content on how to create. And then also, the questions your clients ask you, right? Anytime your clients are asking you questions, these are obvious hooks for videos. So we get it. Be on video. Let's move topics. We've talked about this 6,000 times. If
All right.
I mean, we should honestly delete this entire segment. Everyone knows to get on
Yes,
video.
we should delete the segment. You're right. We should delete this episode. But make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up here if you like what we're doing. Topic number 2.
I can't believe we just did a segment on being on video. That is hilarious that we just did that. But
topic
you know what? We were covering the
number
excuses.
2. 12 creative ways. This is actually very valuable. 12 creative ways to how real estate agents can use QR codes in their business. QR codes are everywhere. Ever since the pandemic, I feel like I haven't seen a single dinner menu once, just QR codes. So my team and I have been implementing them, whether it's open houses, our signs on our listings. Like you see, Serhant's national commercial is basically just a giant QR code. Super Bowl ads. No one hands out cards anymore, it seems like. We send direct mail. With nothing more than just like, hey, want to know the value of your home and a QR code. QR codes are everywhere. So Candace, what are some ways that you and your team are implementing QR codes in your business today?
We use it at open houses. So when somebody comes in, we have an iPad up, they can just scan the code for the property information. And then we also gather their information on an automatic sign in. And then I love it for direct mail. Because on direct mail, you want a quick, easy call to action. And look, Nobody wants to get on the phone anymore, right? So what's a really easy way to, when someone gets their mail, they want more information, get that QR code. So those are my top 2.
Yeah. We've been
she just mentioned another big upside.
Okay, Andrew. Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, well, she said no one wants to get on the phone anymore. Huge opportunity, because that's so true. Just like people don't want to do video, people don't want to get on the phone. That's where you're going to catch up to them. That's where you're going to start spanking people if you want to come to work every day. But go ahead, Danny Deals.
Well, I was just going to say what's really working for us. I mean, aside from like the sign-in sheets at open houses, right? There's no more pen and paper. It's just scan the QR code. But what's really been working is we've been sending out direct mail with literally, it's just a blank piece of paper that says, do you want to know the value of your home, and a QR code? And all they have to do is just scan it, and we get their information. They plug in their address, whatever, and then we now can send them a free CMA. They go right into our database. That's been like the ROI on that, if we want to put a number to it, is 1,000. Everybody should be implementing that in their business. Andrew, is there anything specifically that you guys are doing with QR codes?
Yeah, with the direct mail piece, I think that's huge, because you want to take someone from the physical environment into the digital. So you don't have to do it everywhere. If you're already engaging with them online, maybe QR codes aren't the absolute best. Or if it's a video, well, you're already on video. I don't need to get you into the digital world. But in that physical world, it makes a lot of sense. So on direct mail, and I like what you said with, it was just super simple. Do you want to know the value of your home? You give them a little kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. You don't need to overwhelm them with all this stuff. Yeah, and that stupid is really important at the end of it, because that's the hook, okay? Stupid. Powerful word, underutilized. Now, if you're going to keep it simple, stupid on direct mail, what we're doing is these kind of big macro movements, which is, we're first-time home buyers, they're actually renters. So we have the renter to buyer upgrade program, okay? Postcard, half of it's the QR code, half of it's our renter to buyer upgrade program. Mail it to every one of these big rental buildings. And then we invite them to a happy hour at a local restaurant. Hey, we're going to pay for the buffet, 2 drinks on us. We're here to educate you. Here's some discounts. Here's what's going on. Just give them a little kiss. Hey, we know you're renting. And that QR code can lead you not just to how many clicks did I get? Did I get their name? You can build out these beautiful forms. So what we're having success with is, here's my name, here's my address, here's my email, here's my cell phone number, here's what I'm paying in rent, and here's my ideal time frame. Here's when my lease is up. Now that would be for the renter to buyer upgrade program, versus here's a list of people who bought homes in new home communities, which statistically don't have a lot of buyer representation on them. That's a great place to farm.
Yeah.
And you'd say, we have a home merchandising strategy, not staging. That's what everyone says. Hey, would you like to meet to discuss how to optimize your equity in the event you're looking to sell in the next 3 years? Here's our whole home merchandising strategy. It's giving people what they want before they actually want it. Like Steve Jobs, like, you want this? You like this shit? This phone is so sexy that you're going to lick the buttons off of it. People didn't even know they wanted it.
Oh, I love this guy. Eric, how are you guys implementing QR
So-
codes? Are you doing the kiss spank
We're not
strategy like
implementing
Andrew?
QR codes. No, we're not. We're not doing anything with QR codes. QR codes are a scam. I'm completely allergic to them. I think ever since that Coinbase commercial in Super Bowl and then crypto
Yes.
dropped by like 95%, I'm not touching QR codes. The pandemic made me hate QR codes. Every menu that I see with a QR code, I want to smash with my face. So right now we're not doing anything, but we're a digital company. We already have people watching us. So what Andrew said is completely right. What Candace says is completely right. Getting them from the physical to the digital. How do I get their contact information as simple as possible? Totally get that. But from a media company perspective, we have not utilized these. I think, like you said, Dan, Serhant just did a QR code commercial, his first TV commercial. We're actually about to get into another topic about Serhant. But I know there's fun things you could do with QR codes. You could do little scavenger hunts. You could do virtual tours. Like if you're actually doing a virtual tour through, I don't know, not through the MLS necessarily, but you could have a QR code in a certain room. Maybe you click that QR code goes to more information about the centerpiece, the chandelier, something like that. But right now, I'm not touching QR codes. I don't like them.
Yeah, I hate that last bit.
point.
Like we're playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Pokemon Go with
That
QR codes. Give me a break.
that was one of the 12 creative things in this article on BAM, which is linked down below. It's actually a great article. Yeah, if you're setting up a scavenger code QR code, you should be thrown in prison because you have way too much time in your hands, and that is psychotic.
Just quit the business if you're going to
quit the business. Yeah, exactly.
If there's anything that we missed and you're using QR codes in your business, make sure to drop it in the comments. Last point for me, another thing that we're doing that's working is we're actually putting it on our signs. So now instead of calling, hey, my phone number, right, with the listing, they can just pass by the house, scan the QR code, and now we get their information, or they get information on the house. And that seems to have been a huge win for myself and my team. All right, moving on.
Physical to digital.
Yeah,
Physical
quick question for you
to
guys.
digital.
Physical to digital. How do you set up these QR codes? Is it myqrcode.com? I know there's a bunch of websites I was looking up before this, but how do you actually set up the QR codes?
We use Canva.
Okay.
I just Google.
All right, there you go.
They're free. Yeah.
Candace?
Same, Canva.
Yeah. Okay. Topic number 3. Topic number 3. Broker Tamir Shamish, I am probably not pronouncing that correctly, lands at Nest Seekers after Serhant exit. So following basically his ultimate departure from Serhant's brokerage after only just a year, this gentleman, Tamir Shamish, and his team have now joined Nest Seekers. This is their 4th brokerage in 6 years. We all love what Serhant's doing. We talked about him earlier. Big fan. I mean, Andrew is literally his long-lost brother. I think we could all agree. And I don't want to put anyone down, but 4 brokerages in 6 years seems a little bit diabolical. That should probably tell you a little bit about behind the scenes. But what I think we wanted to bring this up was because Serhant is doing such a great job of branding, getting his name out there, getting the brokerage out there. But it seems that he's having a tough time landing top talent. And I think part of it is because it is his name. And in a way, you kind of become a second fiddle to that. Like for myself, for Andrew, I'll speak for you. I don't know why I'm doing that, but like I could see us joining Serhant, right? And that would make sense. But for some of these top luxury agents in the city, in Miami, I feel like it's tough for them to join his brokerage because it is his name. Andrew, I'll start with you. Any thoughts on him having a hard time recruiting or keeping some of this top talent?
Well, I think that guy's phenomenal, and I don't think he even gets enough credit, and he gets plenty because he is famous, but that guy's a hard worker, an absolute savage, working 90 hours a week, surrounding himself with really brilliant people. I was just with him up in New York, and I got to meet some of his team. So I admire the guy. Now, what you said, and look, we talked about me going to Serhant, and he was open to it, and I think his play is because he's going national, but he doesn't have any geographic kind of things. It's more, is there a fit? Do I like this person? Can we build around them? And I mean, I'm so happy where I'm at with Berkshire Hathaway, and look, everywhere's good. It's the same concept of bouncing around to brokerages. The grass isn't greener. The grass is where you water it. It's greener where you water it. But his name is a tricky thing.
This guy's got a line for everything. You got a quote for everything.
I'm pithy, Eric. That's why I'm going to be a frequent guest.
That's right.
So yeah, guilty is charged with the lines. But the point is this, that Serhant name, if God forbid, and I don't think he would, if he did something terrible, he went full Kanye for a minute. Yikes. That's a problem for me if I'm Serhant, and you always kind of are a little bit of second fiddle. Now, I don't think he hasn't changed brokerages 6 times in 4 years. That's that Tamir guy,
No,
right?
no, no.
Correct.
It's the Tamir
Okay.
guy. But that was like their top talent. That was one of the top teams and top agents within the company. So that's why it made the real deal. That's why it made Inman. It was more so that they're having a tough time retaining and recruiting top talent to the brokerage.
Well, and I'll just leave you with this. The reason people are going to be leaving him and it's hard for him to get top talent is because this business is such an egomaniac business, and it's never not going to be. The type of people that this business attracts, I want to be number one. I'm going to call my own shots, especially the successful agents. Look, you got to be kind of alpha. You got to be kind of badass. Like Candace didn't get to where she is because she was passive. She gets stuff done. And when you're overshadowed by a bigger brand, and guess what? Ryan Serhant's probably always going to be bigger than us because he was on TV for 12 years and you're not going to catch up. People don't like that. And I think it's a mistake on their part, not Ryan's, their part, because being number 2 and number 3 can be very profitable.
But you are right, though. I mean, like if he does go full Kanye, like you said, then you're it's his last name, then you're into trouble.
Big time.
Candace, any thoughts?
Well, first off, this agent has total commitment issues. That's number one. But as far as Serhant, what is his recruiting strategy? Is he trying to bring on the top agents in the country, or does he have a different strategy? Now, with his name, Serhant as the brokerage, I look at, Corcoran, that's, Barbara's name. That hasn't stopped her from recruiting big top talent. And there's a ton of other examples of that.
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams, Douglas Elliman, Christie's.
But I think Ryan, with his level of branding, I, as an agent, may feel like I'm in his shadow too much, that he's not letting the agents push forward enough, and that they feel like he's just always going to overpower them as far as branding goes.
Yeah, I think it's
that goes back to the ego.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Andrew was talking about, if you're an Aaron Kerman or a Josh Altman or any of these other, mega stars, you're not going to want to be under the Serhant name. That's why they're under brands like Douglas Elliman, the agency, whatever. But I also think that the Serhant brand and his brokerage is so good for not just newer agents, but agents who really want to like double down on digital marketing, because he has an entire force behind him. He has YouTube channels, he has editors, he has a media company, he has bloggers, he has this entire like media apparatus around him that other brokerages don't offer. And he literally has like different shows on his YouTube channel with his agents, like different reality shows about guessing the price. We had Talia McKinney, one of his agents, on the Over Ask podcast, who's a star in herself, not just from the show, but because she has her own YouTube series under his brand name. So I think for anyone who's trying to grow their brand and really learn from the master of digital marketing, this would be a fantastic place to land. And we're kind of just insinuating that he's not able to land top talent. Like I don't know who this Tamir guy is. Like you said, right. Candace, he's been at 15 brokerages in 2 years. Seems like this guy's out of his mind.
Ryan probably kicked him out.
Yeah,
Tamir probably got, hey, why don't you beat it, buddy?
Exactly.
I think that's what the article did read, that he was released or fired, and they didn't really kind of go into detail. But you're right too. Like it could be Ryan's model, right? Like Ryan could be wanting to just get that agent that's maybe doing 5 to 12 deals a year and throw some gasoline on their brand and triple their business. So that could be, his strategy too. And that would be
his brokerage is, it's also only 2 years old.
Yes.
He has an enormous amount of time to build this thing into one of the most powerful brokerages. And it already has the name as one of the most powerful brokerages. I mean, Serhant is synonymous with luxury and success and marketing and TV and everything you'd want his brand to be associated with as a real estate agent. It equals that. So he's on the right track.
Yes.
One last thing on this piece, just because when I was there, and I have this awesome vlog, we're going to post it next week, and I have like hours of footage in the can of me and Serhant getting the tour of his building and all of his departments and all of the staff. And it used to be Tommy Hilfiger's, this is where the jeans were. Now the guy is a master delegator. Now, this is why I trust him. This is why I would want to work with him, because he only does what he's the best at. He's made a list of every possible thing he wants to accomplish. And boy, it's a lot. And he only does the stuff that he can do. And these brilliant people, like his Sell It Like Serhant EdTech platform, 35 full-time employees, got their own space. 35. just working on
Scott,
that. So like this
Thru.
guy, dude, yeah, Kyle Scott's a freaking, and he surrounds himself with
Yeah.
brilliant people. So all I'm saying is this: that guy's the man. He's going to get his haters, so be it. But look out for him in the next 10 years. He's not going anywhere unless he goes Kanye, thus not joining.
He shows no sign of going Kanye for the record.
He won't. He won't.
Yeah, he won't. He's too dialed.
All right, but moving on to the next topic here. Make sure you throw us a like and a comment here if you think what we're talking about. If you think Serhant's going to go Kanye one day, let us know. Next topic is more marketing based, so this is right up Eric's strategy: TikTok and Instagram. So apparently, I don't know if he's the senator or the governor of Texas has banned TikTok after the rumors that the Chinese government have been using it to collect our info. This is one half of our marketing talk, but I'm curious, are you guys still on TikTok? I mean, Andrew, you said you're getting chirped relentlessly, so I'm guessing you are. But how do you feel about this potentially being a reality that they're using and stealing our information from us using the app? Candace, I'll start with you.
I have not mastered TikTok. So I really go all in on Instagram, like a one-track mind. You know, if I like start doing all sorts of crazy stuff, I'll be all over the place. So I have one. I don't really utilize it. It's for me, when I was using it, it was a total waste of my time. So I got so sucked in on all these crazy videos. So I don't use it. I don't know if the Chinese government wants to look at my phone, they're going to be really bored at all of the content on there. So yeah, but it sounds like you guys
They'd be
have
horrified if they saw Eric's phone.
That is true, or just my TikTok search history. That's very true. Andrew, you look like you're about to say something brilliant.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you another little pithy line. See, what I love that Candace just said is she's focused and she stays in her lane. Focus. Follow one course until successful. So go deep on one of these platforms. You just keep going on Instagram. Why would you stop spread yourself thin when you're just going a mile deep in that one area? Now, TikTok, I wasn't doing TikTok. I meet this guy in my hometown who just so happened to be the #1 mortgage guy on TikTok in the world. We're both with
What's
our
his name?
families. His name is Scott Bentley.
I met
that
a great
mortgage guy.
Yeah, that mortgage guy. This guy has been racking up referrals from TikTok, just hitting every trend for since like the pandemic. He's got over 1 million followers, I think.
He does.
Wow, yeah.
He does. Did you meet him at the Tom Ferry event?
Yeah, I met him at a Tom Ferry Master. The guy is jacked out of his mind too. He's got enormous arms.
So Scott will
crush
tell you
my
this.
head.
I got him in there because I called Tom Ferry, and like I'm not super affiliated with Tom Ferry, but I love the guy, and I think he's just a wonderful.
You called him on a cell
asset
phone
to the industry as a whole.
You have his
Yeah,
back
no,
phone
I
number?
texted him. I said, "Well, look. So here's what happened. Scott Bentley goes, hey, dude, you should be on TikTok. I don't know this guy, and I'm like, dude, look at me. He thinks I'm good on video. Yeah, I'm the real estate guy. But then he goes, yeah, no, I'm on TikTok. I have about 1 million followers. I'm getting about 100 mortgage applications a day. It's crazy. I'd love to show you how to use it. Well, now I'm interested. I'm like, holy shit. And he's a young dude, and I just wanted to help him. And I said, look, dude. So he got me on TikTok, went over his strategy. I started posting trending sounds. First video I did got like 1 million views on it. Look at this Ryan Serhant looking like discount, Make-A-Wish, fake boy, like 5'9".
Make-A-Wish Serhant. That's great.
It's relentless. Yeah. But so I ended up getting, I got a lot of views, and like I got 5,000 followers like in like a minute. And with Scott Bentley's strategy, which was based on trending sounds. So look, just to answer your question, we could talk about this all day, but I told the guy, I said, I can't help you, but I think you have something really big on your hands nationwide, getting that amount of mortgage applications. I think Tom Ferry might be able to help you. Let me connect you. And that's what you guys would have done on this call. Cause that's what you try to put the good juju out in the universe. And he's been great to me.
Yep.
I don't like this China stuff. Okay. I'm not going political here, but I'm a patriot. All right. And if it's true, which is a little above my pay grade, I don't like it. I don't like it either. Because you know what they're doing? They're taking everything. I'm sure it's super big data, so crazy stuff, and anything that's going to impact this country. I don't like it. Okay.
Well, can you just remember that they just had a spy balloon flying over us for a good couple of days?
Correct. They did. And just to be clear, Dan, they did not ban TikTok in Texas. Greg Abbott, who's the governor, is just banning it on state devices, cell phones, laptops, government issued devices. But this could be a sign of things to come. I mean, we've heard rumblings of this now for the last few months. We've even talked about it on this show. And I think if anything, it does the exact opposite that Candace and Andrew said, where you actually do have to have a content strategy that's across multiple platforms.
Oh, yeah.
For example, if you went all in on TikTok, they banned TikTok. What are you going to do now? Now you have nothing else.
Yeah, what's up,
So
Scott Bentley? Where's Scott
exactly.
Bentley at? What are you going to do, Scotty?
No, but Scott has done a great job at repurposing his TikToks to Instagram. I follow him on both platforms. I'm sure he's posting them to Facebook Reels. Go ahead, Candace.
To your point, Eric, I'm glad you mentioned this. I mean, look at how many people's Instagrams have been hijacked by hackers. They've built a ton of followers. That happened to you. Yeah. So I like, to that point, maybe that idea that you should be posting on multiple different platforms in case that happens. Because what's your plan if that does happen? You go all in. Dan,
Exactly.
Yeah, stick with an American
I've
company for one. We buy American, we promote American, we do content American. And
That's
guess
right.
what? Every other content piece platform is American because we're the land of ingenuity. Where I'm from in this country that invented business, that's how we do it. And we've let these people in. You know, look, I'm just going to leave you with this. I don't like them on state devices, co-signing that.
Yeah.
So thanks for actually asking the question properly, Eric. Danny kind of misled us on these.
Completely
Senator, governor.
But he acted like there was an all-out ban in the country on TikTok. So
There
If
should
you work
be.
for the government,
There should be.
If you work for the government, get off TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Get off. Andrew, do you drive American or do you drive German?
Tesla.
Why is it one or the other?
Come on, I got Tahoe and a Tesla. Give me a break.
Oh man! All right. Well, thank you for correcting the article there, Eric. But the next piece of this is Instagram verification, and I raised my hand about being hacked because I essentially paid to have myself hacked at one point, and I was verified. I think I'm the only person in the world, in the country, to ever have had the blue check and then have it removed. So, paid Instagram badges they're suggesting now that they're going to be in Instagram's code, that they're going to be kind of replicating, I guess, Twitter and what Elon Musk is doing, like a similar system. A recently discovered code snippets references explicitly to a paid blue badge on Instagram, maybe even Facebook too, I guess, with Meta. Eric, what are your thoughts? I mean, you obviously know my whole story about getting verified and then unverified. Do you think that this is something that is worth it? I know you pay for Twitter Blue. I do as well. I get nothing out of it, but I believe you might. So, Eric, I'll start with you on this one. How do you feel about Instagram potentially?
Thank you.
Yes, of course. How do you feel about Instagram potentially unveiling this where you could pay to be verified?
Yeah, well, Candace made a great point in the last segment about realtors getting their Instagrams hacked and all these copycat accounts popping up. I mean, there's probably 1 million Dan Oneils. There's probably 5,000 Candace Deckers with 6 R's or 2 R's, because all these agents over the last year and a half are getting their accounts taken down with lookalike accounts and crypto scams and everything. So I would be I would put all my support behind this. I think the verification is necessary to at least separate us from all the copycat accounts. I've seen an enormous impact on my Twitter account with Twitter Blue, because now that I have that blue check, we're so used to seeing the blue check mean something that anytime something like this pops up on your Twitter feed, you take that account a little bit more serious. So my engagement and followers has completely skyrocketed. If Instagram implements this, I'd pay $100 a month for this. I'd pay $1,000 a month for this, because it just gives you.
You would empty your bank account for an Instagram. For an Instagram
I've been
check,
praying for a blue check for a while, so 100% I would do this. And I think it gives your account more authority and more brand recognition, but it would definitely completely water it down as well. So, I mean, if you have a random agent with 500 followers that's also verified, then what does that mean to someone who actually has media and has thousands of followers and has an article in Forbes or something like that? Like, obviously it'll water it down, oversaturate it. Go ahead, Candace.
That's actually what I don't like about this, because now on Twitter, everyone has one. There's no differentiator between who's an influencer, who's built a large following, and everyone's the same. So I think it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a strong opinion on this because I just don't know that much about it. But in the spirit of believability weighted decision making, which is what Ray Dalio, how he makes all his decisions, Bridgewater. This. You should write that down, guys. Whenever you have to make a decision on something like this, I want to triangulate three really believable people. And I'm not here just to stroke you guys, but you guys run a media company. Your whole livelihoods are based around this stuff going properly. So what Eric just said, I said, I didn't know, but I'm in 100% agreement with that. Oh, wow, this is valuable. And furthermore, what gets me is I don't like all the fake accounts is one thing, and I'm not cool enough or big enough to anyone to even try to impersonate me. Although I did get my last name on Instagram, which I liked. It's just at Undum. Shout it out. Put it up in the cut there, Eric.
Go follow Undum. Go follow him. Haley, let's pop that up.
Yeah, thank you. But I really don't like these fake followers, right? Like so many people have these accounts. I don't even know who to believe anymore. Like Danny, so we met a few weeks ago. We were hanging out in Philly. I'm like, damn, this guy's got a lot of followers, but I'm pretty sure they're real because you post something like you did the other day. You get like 22,000 people liking it in 20 minutes. I'm like, that's real. And you have someone with 30,000 followers who's never got a like in their life. And I'm like, what's real? So would verification fix that, Eric?
No, it wouldn't. I mean, the hope would that it would, but I don't think it will. I think Instagram has a massive problem with bot commenters and fake followers and fake engagement right now. We're seeing that every time my account, The Broke Agent, posts, the first 30 comments are all crypto scams. This has been going on for a year now, and it's kind of making the platform hard to digest content on because you don't know what's real and what's not. So I'm hoping that there's a little something to this, that the Twitter verification process is very easy. All you have to do is put in your credit card information. They don't check your driver's license. They don't check maybe your phone number, and that's pretty much it. So if Instagram were to do this, I'd want a little bit more barriers to entry. I would want, you got to put your license, phone number, maybe a couple articles. They don't have to be in necessarily a huge news source, but maybe it's your agent profile on your property website or your agent website. And maybe it's your business idea if you're a media company. So just a little more steps, maybe a little bit more money. So there's not just every account with the blue checks like Candace said.
Agreed. All right. Any final thoughts here before we wrap up this episode? Thank you guys so much for being a part. Really appreciate it. Candace, you are the GOAT. Thank you for joining us. Andrew, as always, you make me I learn every time I'm in the room with you, and I love it. And you look handsome as hell, as always. Any final thoughts?
Well, I tell you, I fixed my lighting this time. The last episode, it looked like I came out of ground zero covered in chalk. Like I hadn't seen the sun in that many days. But in the spirit of Instagram,
I'll wild reference.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, it was just
crazy analogy.
It was just, I looked disgusting. You guys were making fun of me. I had the red lights. I looked like a devil. It was a bad look. So thanks for letting me come back. But Instagram, you know that guy who owns it? I'll leave you with this. The guy comes out there, Alex something, give you the Instagram update.
Yeah.
That guy comes out here with his 10 bracelets and his beaded necklace talking about stuff that no one cares about. I don't know about you, but I don't want to hear about anything else until he fixes the problems you just described. Hey, we're bringing this back. Hey, we want to make sure you're getting paid. No one cares, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
Why don't you fix the bots?
He's got those pretentious glasses on too, acting like every update's going to help us. Every update hurts us on Instagram. I do have one more question for both of you, for all three of you. We got the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. I want predictions. And then if you're doing anything from your real estate business perspective, Candace, are you dropping off, little mini footballs at your client's house? Are you hosting a Super Bowl party? What are you doing, like marketing wise, for the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm going to be chilling at home, making some nachos. So that is all I've got.
Okay, got it. What about predictions? Who do you want to win?
I don't care. The Bucks were out, so.
Okay, that's right. Andrew?
Well, I'll tell you this. Cute little footballs. Ace Ventura, you made me think of that. Yeah. I'm not doing any marketing for this, but I will tell you this unequivocally. It's going to be a blowout, and this will not be close. In the Eagles, I don't even like the Eagles. I actually kind of hate the Eagles as a Baltimore Ravens fan. They are going to absolutely systematically destroy this team, and I've been saying it for a long time. This will be a blowout comparable to Ravens 2012 when that team didn't score. All right, thank you. I got to go, guys. Thank you.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. I'm taking the Eagles
agree.
at -2.
Yes.
I'm taking the under 51.
Yes.
And I think Eagles win 24-14.
I'd take a -12. Easy.
You could buy an alternative line there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
They're knocking on my door here. They're kicking me out of the hotel.
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right, forget the outro. Like this. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.